I'm John Fromm, and it's a beautiful day here at Derek Keller Field at Dakota Park. And as there you take a look at sophomore right-hander Kenny Ferrulli getting kind of an emergency start here as some of the kids were delayed with an AP Stats exam. So for Ferrulli, this is his third start of the year already, as he does have 2 wins. And batting right now for the Wildcats, the shortstop, number 00, Will Gaelic. Gaelic now batting. That's going to be a soft single into center for Gaelic, and that'll start things off nicely for them. And that'll bring up the number 21, the third baseman, or 31, Matt Hasselquist, the right fielder. Matt's off to a good start for Chisago, hitting .471 on the season. Mitch Thomas doing the catching behind the dish today for the Orioles, and we'll talk to you about who's playing where after this pitch. And it's another single as Hasselquist singles sharply into left field. Kenny just pitched on Tuesday, but the Orioles are in a stretch where they're playing 6 games in 6 days, and this is the 5th game in 5 days, so kind of running a little low on arms here. Here's the number 3 hole hitter, Mitch Berg. Nice breaking ball strike there. Now, Thomas not able to hang on to that, and Hasselquist was off with the pitch, so we're going to count that as a stolen base. For the Orioles, Kenny Ferrulli was an emergency starter. We're going to have a break in the action as Ryan Fromm, who was the scheduled starter today, and the ace of the Orioles staff, is going to come in the mound. Paul, if you get a chance, go ahead and put up the graphics on Fromm. The senior was supposed to start this game, but he and several players had an AP Stats game. There you see in 2 games on the year, he's thrown 9 innings with 18 strikeouts and 5 walks, and his ERA a little over 1.5. Orioles have been getting a lot of pitching out of Ryan and Austin Brose, another senior. And also, besides Ferrulli, they've also been getting some work from Curtis Greenbush, who started last night. Cole Hoyt's been pitching some. There you take a look at the Wildcat lineup. Here you mentioned the bases are filled here. Gaelic at the shortstop, and here's Hasselquist in right. Berg, the third baseman. Kellen Reed will be up next here. He's at first base. Davis, the catcher. Lindstrom, the center fielder. Biernath, DH, Magnuson, and Turk. So big number 24, Kellen Reed, who's one of the biggest kids in the North Suburban Conference, will bat next. Wildcats they take a look defensively. The Orioles, kind of a mixture of youth and experience here. Lucas Savage, the junior, over at third base. Austin Brose, a senior, playing short today. He plays short when Fromm pitches. Joey Giramillo done a nice job at second for the Orioles as a sophomore, and also pitched several innings this year. Greenbush, the left-handed hitting first baseman, and then around the outfield, one of the fastest in the league with Stennis, Hoyt, and Burnley. Stennis and Hoyt are going on to play college baseball for the Orioles. And then Mitch Thomas, the senior catcher, who did all the catching last year pretty much too, and has caught almost every inning this year. So tough situation for Fromm to come in here, but hopefully he's had a chance to warm up and mentally ready himself after the exam. He's going to face Kellen Reed, the first baseman here. Kellen, a big target, and he has 3 RBIs on the season. And the hits just keep coming for the Wildcats here as a line shot will plate 1 run, who hit it so hard. He banged that into left field, and that'll bring up Joe Davis. So, well, I mean for the regular season. All right, we are back as I'm mumbling in the microphone here to start the top of the 3rd inning here on a beautiful day. The 2, 3, 4 hitters will be up, and they all produced a hit the first time up, as Matt Hasselquist, the leading hitter for the Wildcats, will start things off. For Matt on the year, he hit a line drive single to left center last time. He's hitting .500 on the year, and you can see he's got 7 singles and a couple of doubles, a couple of RBIs, and him and Berg really producing a lot of hits for them offensively, and that's the 2 and 3 guys in the order. So 1 ball and 1 strike here, as that one's called on the inside quarter to the right fielder. Matt with a very athletic, strong physique. That one's chopped to the right side. He just got a piece of it. That'll push it to a ball and 2 strikes. He just joined us top of the 3rd here. Beautiful warm day. Oh, and that's a nice single into left field. So just like his first at bat, a nice bounce single into left field by Hasselquist. So nice job on the 1-2 pitch to make contact. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Mitch Berg. Mitch also, as we mentioned, nice breaking ball strike there. Now Thomas not able to hang on to that, and Hasselquist was off with the pitch. So we're going to count that as a stolen base. And here's Reed again, who promptly greeted Fromm with no outs in the 1st inning when Fromm entered with the bases loaded after 3 singles to Fracassi, and he knocked in the 1st run of the game, and he's trying to do that with Hasselquist at 2nd here. Breaking ball there, down in the dirt. Oh, and Thomas fields it. Didn't pop out of his crouch real fast, so wild pitch there on the breaking ball. And any kind to throw it a lot of strikes as the guys are on their tiptoes and they're ready for the balls, and that'll bring up Matt Hasselquist, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 line drive singles. He also he also stole a base in the 3rd inning and was stranded at 3rd base. Just from misses inside of the curveball as Hasselquist almost bent into that one. So Ryan's got more of a true overhand break on his curveball. Two down. Another chopper to 3rd. Hasselquist with a quick bat. You can see he's stockily built, and you can see why he's hitting over 500 in the conference. And it looks like a lock to me to be an all-conference selection. Not sure if he's going anywhere to play baseball, but he sure looks stockily built. That one chopped to Jaramillo again. Oh, and Joey, unfortunately, that one hit off the tip of his glove, so Hasselquist will reach on an error there. Joey just took his eye off the ball momentarily. So 2 outs and Hasselquist on 1st, and that'll bring up Mitch Berg, 1 for 2 on the day. Single and a strikeout for Berg. First after the error. Still knotted at 1. Fromm takes a look at Hasselquist, see if Hasselquist is running. He stole last time. Gonna stay put, breaking ball. Oh, and a delayed steal. Nobody covering 2nd, and a beautiful play by an absolute gorgeous delayed steal by Matt Hasselquist. If you can break that down at the end of the inning, Paul, I don't know if you can save that. He waited until Mitch Thomas caught the ball, and Mitch was transferring it, and then he just took off because he didn't think any of the guys were watching at short or 2nd, and indeed, he gets another steal. So, see if Fromm can be happy with that. But the error doesn't materialize in anything, so no runs on no hits and 1 left, 4.5 complete. We're still at 1 here. So score locked at 1, and don't know if Chisago Lakes and St. Louis Park have hot dates lined up for this Friday evening, but if they do, with prom coming up next week for St. Louis Park, they might be able. Another hard ground ball that went right through the legs of the 2nd baseman there, Joey Jaramillo. And I guess officially we've got to give that an error, but it was hit hard, very hard hit ball. And that'll bring up Hasselquist, who reached on an error and has 2 singles, and he's hitting over 500 on the season. By far their best hitter. I think he's officially 10 for 19. Matt Hasselquist. I think we know that name from somewhere else. So 2 down. We'll see what they do with Gaelic if they send him here. Couple steals already. Almost a pickoff play by Fromm there as he's trying to see if he can get Gaelic leaning. So 2 down. Runner on 1st. Hasselquist up here. Fromm doing a wise thing, trying to keep him close. Mike Olson talking to Fromm. Olson, the pitching coach for the Orioles. His son Archie will be is on the JV this year as a sophomore and will be on the team. So Hasselquist, this is the guy you want up if you're the Wildcats for sure. Down in the dirt, Mitch throw, and it goes into center field. Mitch didn't get a good read on the pop there, but the throw was a little low. So just what they wanted, a stolen base. Ryan doesn't use the slide step, so it's a little easier for them to run on him. Well, that'll be something interesting to see as he gets further along in baseball, if he goes to more of a slide step with a runner on first instead of using that high leg kick. So 3-0 is the count here. Oh, excuse me, 2-0. I missed. So maybe not the worst thing to kind of pitch around him here. We'll see what they do. Hasselquist, their best hitter. 2 down. Up and in there. So maybe pitching around him a little bit. Up to this point, Ryan hadn't walked a batter, but 3-0 here, they might just put him on. Yeah, it looks like they're going to they're just going to put him on. So probably a good move for the Orioles. Sets up a forced play and brings up Mitch Berg, also one of the big sluggers for them. Mitch 1 for 3, line drive single, and the Orioles are going to get, and Ryan's going to get a visit from pitching coach Mike Olson there because he's got some extra base power. So 2 out, bottom of the 7th, winning run on second. Pitcher Ryan Fromm 0 for 2 on the game with a walk. And just another fly ball to right field, and unfortunately for the Orioles, that means we're going to extra innings. And we're going to step away as we head to extra innings here. Both teams knotted at 1 with 7 hits. Stick with us in Park 16 for the exciting conclusion as we're headed to extra innings. Safe, and that's the winning run for St. Louis Park. So the sac fly in the bottom of the 9th. With only 1 out, the sac fly is all that's needed, and Ryan Fromm wins the game for himself fittingly. And for Mr. Kastenbauer, a beautiful game, and everybody's applauding on both sides because it was just a superbly played defensive game and pitched game. And it was really one of the funnest games I've ever called or seen because there was so many great defensive plays on both sides, and you know, no walks by Fromm and only 1 by Kastenbauer. I tell you, the kids, this is their 5th game in 5 days for Park, and probably the same. And a sac fly never felt so good to Ryan Fromm, and it was good to have Brose the speed at third because I thought all along he was going to make it, but it was a great throw from Lindstrom in center. And they cut, and the throw home to Davis was just a little bit too late. And a happy coaching staff over there. You never know if it's going to be easy or not, and you see a lot of things in baseball, but really got a feel for Chisago Lakes too. They, both teams deserved. Should have been a half win apiece. You see the line score there: 2 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors for Park, a run on 8 hits. Just quickly to go over. I'm just going to go over the pitching information, if you don't mind, Paul. Fromm gets his first win of the year in his 3rd start. So he goes to 1-0 on the year. He's only allowed 1 earned run on the season so far in 18 innings. But on the line score today for Fromm, he entered with no out in the bottom of the 1st, and the bases were loaded because he was late getting here. Kellen Reed greeted him with a line drive single, and then he struck out the side. He ended up with 3, 4, 5. He ended up with 10 strikeouts in 9 innings. He did not walk a batter, and he hit 1 batter, and I believe technically he gave up 4 hits. So, and then for Kastenbauer,